me today would back Philip Hammond as her chancellor if they won the general election. And I think this is coming up because there have been reports of tensions between the two teams in the media. And so today and Philip Hammond were asked about this. Philip Hammond was asked this morning on the radio about this thing.
Blood sugar 7.8. Honestly, it costs us £100 a month, so it lasts for 2 weeks, so I get like say 45 quid or whatever, but it's like, can't do without it now, life changing.
President Trump faces allegations last FBI chief James Comey to drop an inquiry.
You've been.
Do you want a photograph of me? What do you think? Let's groove it, let's groove it.
Dancing breakfast.
We are dancing queens.
Yeah, we're queen. I'm only 70. I need the Heimlich. I need the Heimlich. See you. Bye bye now. Never off that bloody phone. Oh. So Glenn's fighting for English. When's that? Next month?
He's fighting on Saturday.
Is it this Saturday?
Week Saturday. Was it Friday?
Is that what's show on the Friday?
Right.
26th, aye.
Hello, man, how you doing? I'm alright. Every now and again you get a chance to apologise. I do apologise.
It's Alice hair, you see.
Take that in there, because that runs its course, and then
What is it? Alright. Back on the scene.
hey, is that recording? Well, let's see.
Okay, here we are. Thanks everyone for turning up here. Today we've got the press conference for the Bank Holiday Boxing Bonanza. Friday the 26th here at MEADOWS Arena. Got a phone calls going off here. Top of the bill we've got Darren Surtees fighting against Ross Jameson for the Northern Area belt. He's second title fight in, what, 7 fights now? Yeah. We've got some great talent on the show. What we'll do, we'll go along the table, but we've also got a special guest here in Tommy Ward. We've got a few lads here, you know, fighting the development fights, getting towards area title. Darren's having an area title. Tommy's just won the British title at the weekend. Gone to, is it 21-0 now? Yeah. Just turned 23 as well. Happy birthday for Monday. And he beat Jazza Dickens at the weekend on a big BT show and boxed perfectly. So rather than me waffling on, Tommy, first to you.
Yeah, thanks very much. It was a big night down Leeds. It was on BT Sport. It was just an amazing night. Like I said, we got the tactics right in the night, and just all the hard work that Neil's put in, and my manager Dave Garside and Phil Jeffries putting on the likes of these shows now and building us up to get to them big nights, and fighting for the British title is where you want to be, you know. And like I say, you got some brilliant talent here on this table that can, no doubt, and go on and win titles, you know. It's just about getting the shot, and I'm sure when they do get the shots, they'll make the North East proud.
And obviously the road's far from over for you, but it's like in terms of winning the British title there, boxing to plan. Obviously he was a very dangerous fighter, not just in terms of his ability, but obviously with his head coming in, he's a very rough fighter. You had to box on the outside, but you boxed at perfection, didn't get dragged in by the obviously massive support you had down there.
Yeah, there was a massive support down there, but it was all down to Neil Fannin, to be honest. Like, don't get me wrong, I am a good boxer, and I have got good skills, obviously. I think I've showed that there before, but there is a few times where I probably hold my feet too much and try to get in with some big shots, but every day in the gym, on the pads, in sparring, Neil just kept telling me, just box, just keep moving, just frustrate him. And I think I showed that on the night. You could see he was trying to catch me, and he was trying to hold his feet a little bit more and try to load up with some big shots, but he was hitting thin air. He was hitting thin air, so.
Well, fantastic, congratulations. We'll get an interview afterwards, so, but obviously we've got the lads fighting there week on Friday. But Tommy Ward, everybody, thank you very much. And a quick word from Phil Jeffries, obviously, is that your first British champion, is it?
No, it's Neil Fannin. I work with Neil. Neil's done all the work on this one. Like, yeah. I just put the shows on and get me orders off Neil, but it's all credit to Neil and Dave Garside. Dave Garside's backed Tommy up from day one.
And so have you from day one? You've always said Tommy's one of your best talents.
Well, he is. I've always said Tommy will get there, you know, and I just think there's tons to come off Tommy, like, but it's all credit to Neil Fannin. Nobody sees the work he's done. He's down there in his little Skoda gone down the road for sparring. He's blind as a bat when he's driving in the dark, and he still gets there and he still finds there one place. He was going to Manchester once, he ended up in Glasgow, you know, so it's all down to Neil, really. It's all down to Neil.
That's at M62, but that's fantastic. Neil, quick word from yourself there on Tommy's performance and yours?
Well, on Saturday night I had my eyes shut most of the time, so I had to watch it when I come home. No, do you know they're right? You can devise a game plan. People say, oh, and it's all right when it works or it comes off. You can devise a game plan. You can say most of the time when you sat watching the telly on a Saturday night and you watch a fight, you know what should happen, or you think a fighter has to do this or that, but the fighter has to go in and do it, you know. And like, I thought Tommy boxed brilliant, but he's a lot better than that. As far as it was his first big night with the cameras on him, and his first proper step up in class where he was the underdog, and you see how well he performed. So obviously there's a lot more to come, and we're looking forward to the future. You know, I'd be very surprised if Tommy doesn't win a world title.
Well, 23 years old, just turned 23. The future, it's up to you guys, really.
No, the good thing about Tommy, he's a student of the game. He takes everything in and watching, and he asks questions, or, you know, like, some of the things what Tommy does you can't teach. His judgment at distance, you know, everybody knows where they should be and what they should do, but his judgment at distance. But you know, obviously you can pick faults with any fighter, but it was hard to pick many faults with Saturday night's performance.
Yeah, it was virtually punch perfect for me. So, congratulations, Tommy. Let us see, we'll catch up in a second. Moving to the bank holiday boxing bonanza, we've got Darren Surtees here, stroke Richardson, fighting Ross Jameson.
Yeah.
Northern Area title. It's his second title fight in 7 fights.
Yes.
Obviously, Tommy's a bit further down the line than you, but for you're stepping up very early in your career.
Yeah.
That's basically what you want to do. That's the only way you want it, isn't it? It's you want to learn in there, but you'll take anybody on.
Well, like you say, obviously Dave knows what my level is, where I'm at now. I'll get this one out the way. Hopefully, like, fingers crossed, I've been training now, it comes off and I'd win it, and then it's just whatever Dave says. Like you say, I'm 22-year-old, but we're not scared to fight people, but it has to make sense at the end of the day, and I'm still learning, you know what I mean? But these opportunities to come, and obviously if Dave didn't want it, if he wouldn't take them if he didn't think they were any good, you know what I mean? So I'd say just step by step, fight by fight, and I'd give the the fans and me family, me like friends, what they want to see. You know what I mean? That's all I can do.
Well, it's one of the things, obviously, as a boxer, you want to build your fan base up as you go along, and obviously with the high-profile fights that you've been having, it only helps you to get more fans coming along. Obviously, selling tickets can be a hard slog at times.
Oh, definitely hard.
But if you're performing in the ring and you're getting the results and you're getting the headline fights, it makes it that bit easier to sell the tickets, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's why we've been taking like harder fights, so we don't have to sell as many tickets. You know what I mean? But it's all a part of the learning game, and I'm just learning each time a little bit more every fight. You know what I mean? And I'm looking to impress on this one and show what I can do. I've trained really hard for this one.
Now, on paper, you might look at on the surface, look at Ross's record and look at your record, but he's been fighting as the opponent on the road. He's had some very tough fights out there, different paths to a certain degree.
Ross Jameson's been fighting at championship level when I haven't even been starting boxing. You know what I mean? And the amateurs, I know he's a good kid. I'm not underestimating him. I don't underestimate no one. And like you say, I want to showcase my skills on the night, and best to look to both of us. Hope we come out safe.
Okay, well, I'll get an interview with yourself afterwards, Darren. But if we just go to the bottom of the table there, have a word there. If we start with Lewis, we'll keep it to the boxers for now. We'll come back to the other gentleman afterwards.
Yeah, just got a 6th round now. Just keep busy fight. Henry James, been on a canny little run at the minute, so should be a good fight.
Yeah, he's 5 fights undefeated, and he's been fighting.
He's been fighting good kids, so and Eddie Hearn's got a draw, so he's doing all right at the minute. So hopefully he'll come to fight next week and it'll be a good little show.
Perfect. Was that Phil?
Lewis has got a mandatory for the British title. Purse bids are on June the 13th, and we're hoping to get the fight up here. I've been speaking to his dad about it, so he's just itching to go. He's took a hard fight for this one. Everybody's thinking it's a walkover, but it's 10 stone on the day, and his dad agreed to take this fight. He didn't have to take this fight because his next fight could have been a British title, so he's got to win this fight or he lose that title shot, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a big gamble, and it just shows you how keen the kid is, you know.
Yeah. Like somebody else not too far from me wants to fight, will fight anybody. So we've also got Jay Hughes here. Was it your 4th fight? 5th fight. There we go. So if you want to speak to the camera, bit of an update.
Yeah, as I say, just another stepping stone. I'm just wanting to learn every time, and just make sure I'm doing everything right. That's all you can do, really, isn't it? So.
Well, again, you get different fighters at different stages of their careers, and some fighters will progress quicker depending on how old they are, what experiences they need to pick up. But I was talking to a few lads off camera before. You have to drill those basics. You've got to get everything right before you start stepping up in level. And
you have to put the foundations in before you build a house, don't you? Simple as that. So, yeah. I mean, I was down Leeds at the weekend watching Tommy, and that's what I aspire to be up there like that. And then mint shows where you've got all your family and fans behind you, and there's what better than that? There's not. That's why you box, really.
Yeah.
For them days and that British belt. Hopefully, I'll have one of them in my hands one day.
Well, there's a lot more happening within the region, like we say. Obviously, Lewis fighting for the British, Glenn's fighting for an English title, Martin Ward's fighting for a European title. You got the lad next year, Isaac McLeod. He's looking to move towards title fights now as well, shortly as well. So it's all at different stages, but that makes the show for me. You get guys having the learning fights, but you've got guys like Darren fighting for titles. You got Lewis there getting ready for a title. Yeah. And every show is going to have big fights, and within the region, you've got a lot of the more local guys willing to fight each other, and I think there's probably a couple of fights maybe for you, maybe later on in the year.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I'm not in no rush, I'm still only 19, you know what I mean, but I will. If Dave thinks I'm ready, I'll jump in, do you know what I mean? I always train hard. But as I say, the North East boxing's on the rise, it definitely is. Like, Tommy's opened the door big time there, and then hopefully Lewis will open it bigger, and then obviously Daz, there's Glenn, there's it's coming, you know what I mean? It's coming. I want to be there.
Josh Leather had a good win the weekend.
Yeah, Josh Leather had a good win. Like, all the North East lads won down there. There was Joe Mafosa, Callum Leather. Like, it's all good for the North East, and that's because we're either forgetting county us, like North, the part of England. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you get Newcastle, Sunderland, Borough with a football, but I think with the boxing, it's one region.
Yeah.
And you get rivalries, and you're always going to get that at some level, but a lot of togetherness in the region with the boxing.
Yeah, definitely.
Really good, Isaac. So, as mentioned, you're
right,
looking to trying to get those title fights yourself there now. You're feeling ready. How's things progressing with yourself?
Well, I've moved into the new gym, obviously, Berkeley.
Yeah.
I'm training with Graham Rutherford and Danny Boyle at Berkeley. I moved up from Manchester. I had my last fight here, so I had a little bit of a bad turn. I only have 1 or 2 fights in a year, but everything's on up now. I'm in my new gym. Things are going well.
Perfect move as well.
Definitely.
Graham's experience and his knowledge.
I'm in my own bed at home as well.
Tommy will testify to that as well in terms of Graham Rutherford's drilling and his skills as a coach. So
excellent coach. So I feel like I'm learning every day.
So how long have you been with Graham now?
About nearly a year. About a year. So obviously he just kept us in the gym first, just taking hour, and now just like getting things right. It's like it's Graham's way or no way.
Fine-tuning and tweaking, isn't it? You've got to get rid of the old habits and get the new ones.
So things on up. I've got this fight coming up next week. Then I'm not sure on the opponent yet. I've been talking to Phil. He said there's a few names which I could fight. So hopefully get a good name to beat then, and then fight for a title in my next fight. So things on up for the North East, isn't it?
Well, again, like you say, when you see guys like Tommy and Glenn and obviously fighting for titles, and you're not that far off, and you see the other guys coming in behind you where you were previously, it's you probably almost taste it now, can you?
Definitely. There's all good lads here sitting on this table. Obviously, Tommy's just won the British title. There's Darren fighting for a title. There's Glenn fighting for a title the day after our show. Do you know what I mean? There's all Josh Lever's just won a title. There's all titles. The North East, like Jay's just been saying, people like underestimate the North East. The North East has got the best talent out of every region, I think.
Well, you also had Peep. He's here. He should have won a British title eliminator.
Exactly, I know.
About a month or so ago, and that's another robbery, but
exactly. There's all big fights coming up in the North East, and that's what we want. And just getting bigger and bigger. Obviously, we're all young lads. Like 20, I'm only 22. Darren's 22. Jay's like 19. We're all young. So Tommy's 23. So think about when we're all just progressing.
Well, the shows are going from strength to strength, and obviously on the back of the success, we've got more guys turning over, which obviously got a couple of guys next to you there from Matt Jobs' gym. We've got Mark Taylor there. Want to have a couple of words on your debut? And
obviously it's my first fight, and I've trained as hard as I possibly can for it. I just can't wait to get my first one out of the way.
And you training with Matt?
Matt's your trainer and manager.
So you'll be putting the graft in, because obviously Matt won't accept anything.
I train hard twice a day, every day. Just can't wait to get in, get out of the way.
And what weight are you going to be boxing at?
Super welter.
Yeah. Super welter. Light middle as I call it. And Tom, you're going to be fighting at?
Welterweight.
Welterweight, yeah. So that's still the same. There's no change with that weight. But what's your background? Obviously, your first fight as pro as well.
Yeah, just turning over, make my debut as well. So I think the kid I'm fighting, he's about the same as me. He's not done that much, so I'm looking forward to a good fight.
So go in full commitment.
No, definitely. Definitely.
And a quick word with Matt at the end there. So what's the situation with the lads coming out? I understand you've got 3 guys fighting the debut on the show?
I have, yeah. Connor couldn't make it the day with work commitments, but he's been in this morning before he went to work training as well. Every one of them is looking sharp, fit, ready to go. What I can say is that they listen and they want to learn. They've got that little bit of hunger about them. I mean, say Mark's come from quite an experienced amateur career. Tom not so much experienced in amateurs, but he's took the pro side absolutely fantastically. When I first seen him, you wouldn't think he boxed amateur. He didn't have an amateur style about him at all, you know. Whereas Mark, it's took a few months to get the adaptation out of it, with his feet work and things like that. But absolutely, I think Mark will have a massive career in the sport. I really do. He's a top lad, you know. Tom, obviously, he'll come along, I think, a little bit slower because he's not as experienced as Mark. But I still think he'll do really well. Especially domestic level, I think definitely have a good shot at it, you know. He's a tough lad, you know, so it always helps in this game.
Well, one of the things as well, as we were talking off camera before, you can have a lot of experience, but you can pick up bad habits. You can have the wrong experience. So if you get a bit more of a raw, blank canvas, you don't need to get rid of those bad habits, and you can just refine the basics and build on that.
That's right, yeah. I mean, to say Mark's quite tall for light middle, as we say. So he's a rangy kind of fighter, but I think what a lot of people will be surprised with is actually how good he is inside as well. You know, I don't think they'll expect that of him just by looking at him across the ring. But Tom is more of a mover. So basically, the two different kind of styles, totally, which you'll see on the night. You know, and Connor again, Connor be fighting at super featherweight, is totally different as well. Totally different kind of fight altogether.
Well, that's good from a trainer's point of view. Gives you the variation.
It does. It does. Like I say, you adapt every fighter differently. You can't train them all exactly the same because the box totally different. So.
Magic. Okay. What are they? We're going to go back down to the left-hand side of the table to start with Dave Ritson. Hi, Dave. Morning. Thanks the wire. Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously Lewis, he's got a British title shot coming shortly.
Yeah.
Been getting a lot of publicity from outside of the region in terms of how he's one of the top British talents coming through at the moment. How's things going in the gym?
Very well. Train 6 days a week, and yes, from day one, and nothing's going to change from that. He's I think he's had 4 months since his last fight, which is a bit longer than what we wanted. But this next fight's a bit of a banana skin for anybody. Unbeaten in 7 this kid, and he comes to a fight, and he's been fighting top lads, so do we really want to take it? I would do, I.
Well, the thing is, obviously, the last fight with Jordan Ellison was a cracking fight, but even by obviously speaking to yourself afterwards and speaking to Lewis, he didn't fight to plan. He was going for the knockout. He was really going for it. He got it in the end, and he was proven right. But he was taking more shots than what he would ideally want to take, and I suppose this fight's a chance to iron out some of those creases.
Well, hopefully, I mean, you know, we're trying to keep the reins on Lewis, and I'm certain other trainers have had guys with the same heart as him, and like a Glenn Foot, it's nearly impossible to put reins on this type of fighter. So you have tactics, but he's a total pressure fighter, and I don't think he's going to change much from that.
But from a fan's point of view, they aren't going to want to see any changes. It's just little refinements for when he's going up the higher level, just to make sure that you don't pay for those mistakes, I suppose. But
well, at the minute, we believe he's got a fantastic job, and some rounds he could just be well in control, just on range, using that jab.
Because he throws it properly, he steps in with the jab, he gets full weight behind it, and that makes such a difference.
Well, he can. There's times he can control rounds just with that jab if he wants, and we've been getting advice off Neil Fannin and other guys about how to try and do that. You know, he can step into the pocket whenever he wants, but you've got to do it properly. So we understand that.
Brilliant, top stuff. And finally, Keith at the end.
Yeah. First of all, congratulations to Tommy, to Neil and to Phil. A few of my friends down there were saying, well, I don't think he's going to beat Jazza. I says, believe me, I said, if Neil Fallon's got a game plan, things will be different. I think you don't realise what you're going to expect here with this lads, but well done anyway, great. Just looking forward to the show, Been working with Matty and Tink and the 3 lads making their debuts, really looking forward to it. I think the way the club's coming on with you know, I think everybody's going to get a bit of a surprise. You know, we've got lads taking a bit of a chance with some of the lads, but doing really well in sparring, seeing them improving all the time, and I think just really looking forward to it. Looking forward to the show, looking forward to working with Phil and everybody else. Great, cannot wait. Just get it out the way.
And then the next one.
I just want to say thank you to Davy Binns, who's not on this top table, like, and he's got the majority boxes on in the shows. He's hiding there, like little Davy there. But I'm sure you'll get an interview. Just before we finish, I'd just like to say our next show, my Neil's next show is the Stadium of Light, the Summer Rumble date, Neil? 16th of July. And after July, obviously we're going to Newcastle. We'll be going to Newcastle, and then hopefully the TV up for Tommy in September. So it's looking rosy for our camp. But we're definitely going over to Newcastle after Summer Rumble, because we've got Matty's boys on. We've got James Conlon, got Lewis. So we're going black and white. Yeah.
When Darren boxed Luke Keller, on paper it looked a real hard fight, and he stopped him in the first round. I watched the lad fight on Saturday night, Luke Keller, an 8-rounder, the weight above Darren, and what a fight he put up. You know, you think if the same lad had gotten into the fight, it would have ended up a top-class fight, but he'll have to stop hitting them sad.
So that's where we are. That's the show. We've got Connor Somerville, obviously, from Matt's gym. He can't be here today. He's also on the show, as well as Warren Baster from Binsley's gym. We've got Chris Wallace as well, yeah. So is that 4 from yours?
I think so.
4, yeah. He's busy, he's Binsey, earning his fees. But we've also got, as well as other shows coming up later this year, we've got Glenn Foot fighting for an English title. We've got Martin Ward fighting for the European. We've got title fights coming out of the ears, and these are only going to make the shows bigger as we move forward. So any questions for the boxers or for the guys at all? At least have one, please. Roy, anybody? I can't even... Well, it's good that Sky's coming. They're doing a next gen show, and any extra exposure for any of the boxers in the region, it can only be a positive thing.
But hopefully Frank Warren with his BT boxing, and, well, we've been told he's gonna come up here for Tommy, you know, so that'll get all the boys on. We'll make sure we get all the boys on, you know what I mean, and all the boys will get paid.
There's more than one way to skin a cat, as they say. Yes, Tink?
Right, this is directed at Neil. Like everybody else, well done, Tommy, fantastic, great job, guys. Tommy's got his title belt now, that's put to bed for the time being. Obviously, we're looking forward to Martin's European fight. What's your thoughts on that? How do you see it going? What's your thoughts?
Well, Martin's a fantastic boxer, and but he likes to get stuck in a bit sometimes. But you know, because of the damage he gets to his face, he needs to box on the outside. You know, but Martin's had a lot of bad luck as a boxer, I think. You know, and just hopefully his luck will change. You know, and just something will go in his favour. So, but I do believe Martin's as good a fighter as anybody in Europe at his weight, so it'd be no surprise to me when he wins the European title.
Just say a thing there. I sparred Martin for the Dickinson fight, and I got hit more times with Martin in about 5 rounds than I did off Dickinson in 9. So no, there's no doubt he'll be a European champion, I'm sure, if he sticks to his boxing like Neil said. So hopefully, like you said, listen, the North East boxing's on the rise, and we'll be booming up here.
Well, I've had the privilege of covering Tommy's career from the start. I've seen it all the way through. A fantastic development of a career. I was just talking with Neil off camera before. It's about matching the right fights, getting the right experience at the right time, and to a degree you've gone under the radar, but it's been a privilege to follow your career so far, and obviously as it goes forward, and we've got the rest of the guys coming through here now as well, and this guy.
And you've changed your shirt.
Well, it had to happen eventually, didn't it? But on that bombshell, we'll let you go. We'll do some individual one-to-ones and things like that. So Friday the 26th, bank holiday weekend, tickets from the boxers. Bye-bye.